This should be alright. Height, I think it's okay. Yeah. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And today I wanted to kind of do a story time, like a small little story time of something that happened to me recently, something that's quite good and something that's quite related to my artwork. Yeah, so one thing I will say is like sit back, relax, get some snacks, get some popcorn, some crisps, and don't forget your cup of tea or a drink. And yeah, join me with this sweet little story time. Okay, so the story time that I'm going to explain to you guys, as I said, is related to my artwork. As you can see it around behind me, and probably some here as well. So yeah, one thing I would say is, like, before jumping into the story a little bit further, we'll go back to go forwards, I guess. So there was like a hardcore time period of me like applying to come to South Korea, and like I was focusing on like applying for my visa, getting my documents, interviews, like researching about South Korea and like what to expect when I got to the country. So there was a time period where I just wasn't being as creative as I like to be and as I could have been. But yeah, after like coming to Korea successfully, I made it. And then yeah, after like settling here, like understanding what was expected of me as for my job, and understanding the day-to-day life, like how to get around, how to speak to people in Korean, how to like order food, go to the shop and buy milk, things as simple as that. Once I got like a handle on everything, then I found myself like, yeah, feeling comfortable enough to want to be creative again, which is then when I started doing more creative things, as in like simply just drawing, writing poetry, or even just simply journaling. But yeah, so the story time is going to be related to all of this. So yeah, bear with me as we slowly unpack everything. So where do we start? Yeah, so one day I was like doing more and more with my artwork, like drawing here and there, drawing after school when I got back home. Whenever I felt that urge, that like burning passion inside, I was like, I need to do something with my hands, I need to create something, I need to make. So yeah, I would sit down like that and then begin to slowly, you know, just make more and more pieces here and there. And then I decided to make an Instagram account that showed my artwork, the artwork that I would do in my house, whether it be my painting, my drawing, bigger drawings, like this brown one behind me here, or some that are as small as this one on this frame behind me here. I will also link my art Instagram below so you guys can dig around at your own pace. But yeah, I started doing more and more with my artwork, and then feeling comfortable with it myself to express myself a bit further. And yeah, that's when I started to feel a lot more comfortable, yeah, to share my artwork with others. Next, there was a day when my boyfriend came down to visit me from Seoul, and I live currently in Gimhae. So if you guys know anything about South Korea's geography, Seoul's like at the top of the country, and Gimhae is next to Busan, which is at the bottom, like right of the country. Yeah, so he came down to Seoul, from Seoul to Gimhae to see me. Sweetness. And yeah, so we were walking back to my flat one day, and there was a cafe that was opening like brand new in the area. And yeah, we were walking, and I said to my boyfriend, I was like, Hyunsuk, I was like, look at this artwork. So the owner had like framed some pieces that he had made himself, and put them, like rested them like on the till, like against the till, against like the counter where you would like check out, or like not check out, but like order your drinks and order your food. And yeah, he was like behind the counter, like doing something, and I was like, yeah, me and my boyfriend were standing outside, and I was like, look at the artwork, it's gorgeous. And then the owner noticed like us standing like outside the cafe, and he saw me like pointing. I was like, look at this. And he was like, come in. And it was really sweet of him to invite us in, because he didn't have to do anything. He could have just saw us and been like, yeah. But no, he was like, come in. And then he was saying that like he's opening soon. This is what I understood, obviously because he's talking in Korean, and with my boyfriend being Korean, like he obviously understood everything. So I was like using my ears, like trying to like fine tune and use the Korean skills that I know to kind of like decipher what was being said and understand like what was being said. But yeah, he was basically saying that like the cafe was opening soon and that he has some other cafes and some other products, but he wanted to like experiment with this newer cafe that specialized specifically in espresso. I won't go into the detail because I don't know enough about coffee. But yeah, he had like different types of espresso that he wanted the customers to try and like sample. And yeah, so he invited us in, and then he was like, I'll make you both some coffee. So anyone who knows me knows that I don't like coffee. I don't like coffee. I say that with my whole chest. I'm a tea person to the death. But yeah, he was like, I'll make you both some coffee. And in my head I was like, I don't want to be rude. Let me drink this damn cup of coffee. Because he invited us in, and as I said, he didn't have to. But yeah, so he made us the cup of coffee, and yeah, me and my boyfriend, me and Hyun-suk kind of did like the clink. We did the cheers, and then we like had the shot of espresso. And then I said to my boyfriend, I was like, is this the day where I start liking coffee? Guys, I'm telling you, this is the best cup of coffee I've ever had. And like every coffee I've had has been, in my opinion, sorry coffee lovers, but trash. There's something about the taste. It tastes how it smells, and I don't like how it smells either. But when I had that cup, I was like, why and how is this as nice as it is? But yeah, it was really, really, really good. And then he made us like a different cup of coffee, which was also good. And I'm just like, maybe I was just having crap coffee this entire time. But yeah, he clearly was a wizard, and knew what he was doing. But yeah, so he just was being really kind, giving us like samples to try. And yeah, so I had like a wave, like a spark of like courage and like confidence. And I said to my boyfriend, I was like, Hyun-suk, let the owner know. I was like, if he wants any artwork from me, like I will draw him some as like a thank you, because he didn't have to do this for us. And then Hyun-suk was like, okay, I'll tell him. So then yeah, they get to talking, and I could hear like some keywords in Korean. It was like "krim," like which means picture in Korean, and what is it? I'm gonna say this wrong. Sorry for my Korean viewers. Sorry if I butcher this language, but "그려요," so which is like draw. And I was just like, okay. He's like sending the message, and then I saw the owner's reaction, and he was like, oh yeah, he was like, I would love it basically. And I was just like what? I had, as I said, I had this spark of courage, because like normally I wouldn't do something like that. I would try and like figure out my own way of how to do something. I was just like, let me do this, let me just ask, because what's the worst that would happen? He'll just say no, right? But yeah, he said yes, and then I was like, okay. And then after we finished like talking, we like followed each other on Instagram, and yeah, it was really sweet. Like he was taking a picture of the espressos that he made for us, and then made a post as well, and then like spoke about me and my boyfriend in the caption of that post, which I will also link below if you guys want to read it. But it was just really sweet. And then we said bye, and then as me and my boyfriend were walking home, I asked him, I was like, what did you say? I was like, just out of curiosity, you were talking for a bit longer than I thought you would. And he basically was saying, Hyun-suk was saying like, he was like, yeah, he was like, I told him, he was like, if you want the artwork, like she will draw you some, we'll give it to you framed. And I was like, framed? I didn't say anything about frames. He was like, no, he was like, you've got to like upsell it. He was like, you know, do a little bit more. I was like, okay, I can do this. I can frame some pictures, I can do this. But yeah, it was just a really nice experience. And then like after we left, I was like thinking in my head, like, what's like the perfect type of like picture that would suit the atmosphere and the feeling of the cafe and everything. But yeah, it was a really nice experience. And this is basically one of the stories that I wanted to share with you guys. But yeah, it was just really sweet. Also, either here or at the end of the video or wherever, I will insert pictures of the artwork that I drew and that is now on display in the cafe. I did a smaller piece, about A5, A6 maybe in size, and then I did a bigger size that was A4 in size. So yeah, I will show you the both of them. And I also have a video that I took whilst in the cafe the day that I gave to him. I didn't have footage of him accepting or like receiving the artwork from me, but I have a video of me doing like a little pan of the cafe. So yeah, I will put that also somewhere within this video so you guys can see it too. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the little story time, and yeah, in the future I plan to do a little bit more story times with you guys, whether they're shorter or longer or same length, I guess. But yeah, I wanted to say thank you for coming back to the channel. Thank you for joining me for this little story time, and I hope to see you again in the future. I don't know how I feel about being one of those YouTubers who's like, everyone, like, don't forget, but we'll see. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and then also hit the little bell that gives you a notification as to when I release or upload a video. So yeah, thank you guys one more time, and bye bye.
온종일 너와 걷고 싶어. 이렇게도 바람이 좋아 네 밤에. 온종일 너와 함께 하고 싶은 거. Yeah, yeah.